Errol Spence Jr. back training for Terence Crawford or whatever, whoever is next. Watch. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow organically, but more on that later. Terence Crawford, he's in the snack gym training, and a lot of people speculated. I cleared the air, so make sure you check out that previous video on Terence Crawford on the channel. He's worked with Snack Victor Conte before. They've already had a working relationship. I've 100% proven that in that video. So again, for more on that, check out that video that I did. As you see, he's pictured with Devin Haney, Victor Conte, and Bill Haney. And the ironic thing about this picture is Devin Haney is training for Undisputed versus George Kambosos. True Undisputed, not the fake Undisputed, right? Where they said Teofimo and Lomachenko and Kambosos was undisputed and Devin Haney was still out there with the WBC belt. But you see Devin Haney right now with Terence Crawford in the snack gym. And I was at the gym that particular day, and this is some of the footage from that. Crawford looks to be bulking up, and a lot of people were questioning, like, oh, he's in the snack gym, is he fighting Errol? You guys just seen that both of these guys are true dogs, Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. That's what makes this a potentially great fight should the fight happen. Again, like and subscribe. Errol Spence Jr., he's getting miles in literally a week after his last fight. I'm really impressed with the mental dexterity from both Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Now, Crawford, he last fought against Sean Porter and he got the stoppage. He actually became the first person to stop Showtime Sean Porter. Errol Spence and Ugas just recently fought. This is Ugas's face. He got pretty banged up. I wish him a speedy recovery, but Errol Spence nailed his eye shut. Errol Spence and Ugas fought Sean Porter before Terence Crawford. However, neither one of them were able to stop Sean Porter, albeit you can make the argument that Ugas and Errol Spence fought a fresher version of Sean Porter. Nonetheless, I like the resolve from both fighters. Crawford, Spence. Spence literally just fought a week ago. They're just showing the replay last Saturday on Showtime and an epilogue, which was a great, they might win the Emmy again for the sports content that Showtime is producing for these boxing events. In addition, Errol Spence himself, he posted a video, and shout out to my dude Thomas. That video was dope. It was basically Big Fish recap, and Errol Spence was recapping his night in Arlington, Texas, about an hour away, 40 minutes from where he's from, Dallas DeSoto. Man down. And let me tell you this, AT&T Stadium looked lit. I really regret not going to this particular Ugas fight because it looked packed. He brought the stars out. You had the Charlo brothers. They was turned up. David Benavidez, just a beautiful crowd. And I really like the atmosphere. I think Errol Spence Ugas is a testament to Errol Spence's real star power. He's doing great crowds, not only in Texas, Staples Center. He has family in New York, and it was just a fun affair. Ugas, he got the worst of it, of course, lost the fight. And, he showed resilience. He says he didn't want the fight to stop, but who am I kidding? The fight needed to be stopped. His eye, I get the fighters are warriors, but I don't want to see nobody permanently hurt, badly hurt. That's why the same reason that Errol Spence had to pull out of a career-defining Manny Pacquiao fight. I want to sub to my promoter. I believe my fight with Floyd. It would have been great for Errol Spence, and he says, he can't really cry over spilled milk. But at the end of the day, the doctors aren't going to clear him when his eye is bad and he has a detached retina. It's not sensible to do that, And I'm glad the fight got pulled, because the fighter's safety and health should always be paramount and come well before the fans' selfish needs. And, you know, of course, we're selfish fans. We want to see action. We want to see Pacquiao. We want to see Floyd. We want to see Errol or Crawford or whoever. But at what cost? You know, it's not worth a fighter losing his life, which has happened in boxing, losing his vision and being blind, and he got to raise his kid with one eye or something. You know what I'm saying? It's just not worth it. So I'm glad it all worked out in the end. Errol Spence looks like he has not missed a beat. And I know that has to be a great experience and a great feeling for Errol Spence to really be out there and have the stars show up, rappers show up, other boxers show up, a crowd show up, and then put on that type of performance. A lot of people made it out to be something it wasn't. Ugas got whooped. You had Michael Irvin in the crowd. He was turned up, screaming and yelling. And Ugas, he's a warrior, but I watched the replay and he didn't really do what people said he did, right? He didn't do as good as people said he did. Like, I gave him 2 rounds in real time. After further review, I only gave him round 6. Errol Spence dictated the pace, threw a higher volume of shots, threw more authoritative shots, threw more impactful shots. How on earth can Ugas win the rounds? Like, don't get it twisted. He was threading the needle and timing Errol. He landed some good 1-2s, singles, but it doesn't make up for the sheer volume and sheer terror of Errol Spence's onslaught and attack. Make sure you subscribe. Now, Crawford, he looks like he's training. Errol Spence is training. Will we get the fight? That's what remains to be seen. The business must be deciphered behind the scenes. And I'm looking forward to what's next. They say if you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. So me on the channel, I don't ever have to work. This is easy work because I love what I do. You know, but Errol Spence is the big fish, and I love the energy, and I love the fact that he's out there still training and looking hungrier than ever. This, if you look at the buildup of the fight, and I try to tell you, and I gave you guys the warning, Errol Spence was training with the Dallas drop shag, and people were laughing at my video like, oh, who cares? It's just a haircut, man. And I told you Errol was playing no games. It looked like authentic vintage Errol. The Bundu, the one that made Bundu looked like one of the toys from Toy Story when Andy walked in the room and had him looking like a doll, and had Chris Algieri getting blasted, something Ruslan Provodnikov and Pacquiao couldn't do at the time. So Errol is safe to say he's back. So I like the fact that he's getting his miles, getting his laps in, and he's running. He don't need no big entourage. He looks like he doesn't want to, you know what I'm saying? He had the hoodie on like Rocky, probably doesn't want a bunch of fans honking at him and stuff like that. So he's like incognito, and putting the road work in. I love it. I mean, this is fighter stuff. This is like a true boxer. Again, will the Crawford fight happen? Remains to be seen. In the last 30 days, I looked at my YouTube analytics. In the month of March, 50% of you guys watched my video for free on YouTube. Subscribe. The other 50% did not. We can change that right now. I like to grow my channel organically. If you enjoyed this video, or if you enjoy boxing videos, then hit the subscribe button. It goes a long way to further the cause and reach other boxing fans. Errol Spence back in training. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready, with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.